y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the.
Welcome to The Grueling Truth. We have a special boxing edition today as we are previewing Friday night's big boxing card at the BB&T Arena at Northern Kentucky University in Highland Heights, Kentucky. Help me welcome in one of the main event fighter, Robert Boom Boom James. How you doing, Robert?
Hey, what's going on, boss? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing great. You want to tell us a little bit about what Absolute Action Boxing Association is?
Absolute fireworks and a good time. You know, we really pride ourselves off of doing things morally and ethnically correct. You know, we got a lot of different boxing shows out there. You know, you can see the best of them on TV, and you know, we really do pride ourselves on the fact that we're bringing in the tri-state, we're bringing good, clean boxing back to the tri-state. You know, and we got some major names that are coming out, such as Brian Hit Game Goldsby, Micah Real Deal Branch. Actually Chris Curtis has won a world title. He's on the card. Mojo, Billy Horn. We got some big names who are putting together an awesome show, not just to get their recognition, get their ranks up, whatever. But now we're doing it with the purpose to influence the young folk. You got so much gun violence now. You got so much hostility throughout our tri-state, and now we're really coming together as a whole coalition, to really make a stamp to say, look, bump all the bull crap. Let's do something positive, and it gives these young kids something to look up to, because a lot of kids they act out. I can speak from experience. They act out simply because they don't have anything to do, or the sheer boredom, and nothing to look up to and inspire. And you got people like Brian Goldsby, who, man, this guy's phenomenal. He's won world titles in both, MMA, and now come Friday he'll win one in boxing. And just he's an awesome example. He's actually one of my MMA instructors at my gym, Boom Fitness Center, here in Cincinnati, and the kids love him. They all flock to him. Why? Because he has 6 belts come Friday, and he's just such a positive role model that we love being that light that people can look to.
Yeah, and what you're saying basically is you can bring the whole family to this event. I mean, it's for everybody, all ages.
Absolutely, there'll be babies there. We have such a huge following, not just from people our age, our peers, or even our elders, but we have people from every demographic. We have a huge following with the Hispanic community, from the urban to the suburban. It doesn't matter. Everyone's coming out. It's a family event. If you want to compare us to anybody, you would think, okay, could they go to a WWE? Could they go to a Monster Jam rally? Could they go to a motocross show? Anything you can bring them to, you can bring them to this.
Yeah, and I think the great thing about this is I don't think younger people realize the great tradition that boxing has had in the city of Cincinnati and the surrounding area. Guys like Ezzard Charles, Aaron Pryor, all the way up today to Adrian Broner. So I think It's great, and I know Broner's had a couple cards over across the river there in Cincinnati that have been attended well. So I think this is huge to bring back boxing. You want to tell us a little bit about the guy you're fighting in the main event?
Absolutely. Well, real quick to touch on what you just touched on is about Cincinnati really is a powerhouse. It really is. You got everybody, you named some awesome names, but then we got Tony Tubbs, Nate Tubbs, we got Timmy Austin, we got Larry Donald, we got some Coach Frank Rhodes. We have such amazing boxers. Then we got 3-time Olympian, Rasheed Warren. Then we got the Olympic captain now fighting out of Cincinnati, Jamel Herring. Brandon Bennett, Action Jackson. We have such a rich we got this really handsome guy, Robert Boom Boom James. Actually, Friday he'll be fighting for a world title, but we'll get back to him. We have such amazing, rich heritage. Actually, the first gloved boxing match ever was in Cincinnati. So we really got a rich history. So I'm glad that you touched on that. But
yeah, and you talk also another name not to leave out there is like Pat Nappy, who was the coach of the Olympic boxing team 70s and 80s, and also a guy like Buddy LaRosa, who did a lot for the community. And
Absolutely.
He was the manager with Aaron Pryor.
Absolutely. Hog Time, man, he really influenced a lot of the kids. He was like what we're trying to do now for this era. He was the one that said, man, Hog Time. Anybody of your era, especially who follow boxing. Everybody knows Hulk. You know,
yeah, just say it. Say it, Robert. Old people like me.
Old seasoned people. There's a difference. You're not old, you're seasoned. You're the ones
that I like that season thing. I think I'm going to go with that from now on.
You're the one that us younger generation, we look up to you, and we really have something to follow and to kind of a blueprint, if you may, to success. So we appreciate your seasoned class.
I'm starting to like you more every minute, Robert. Go ahead.
Huh?
So go ahead, tell us a little bit about the guy that you're going to be fighting in the main event. I believe you're fighting at lightweight, correct?
Yeah, I'm actually bumping up. I'm a junior lightweight fighting at 126, but now I'm not bumping up from 126. Now I'm going to not 130, but now I'm bumping up to 135 for this bout. So it should definitely be interesting. There's going to be some fireworks. There's from what I've heard from my manager, there's been some trash talking already, and I don't have to do too much trash talking because I'm me, and everything I've built has been around being positive and good to people. So it's funny that this fight is bringing out the other side of me because already there's been an exchange of some words, and I guess my opponent, his name is UC Johnson out of West Virginia, and I guess he won some national tournaments and Golden Gloves, and you know what, you can win some amateur stuff, that's fantastic, but I'm me, and either way, I'm putting this boy down. I mean, it's different coming from. I mean, you could take Rasheed Warren as an example. Rasheed's had over 300 fights, three-time Olympian, and it was a hard transition. For 4 years I worked, as Andrew Williams, R&R Promotions, promoting Rasheed Warren, Adrian Broner, Brandon Bennett, all those big names, and I watched Rasheed Warren do his debut, and it was such a hard transition for him because it is totally different going from amateur to pro. Amateur, as Brian Goldsby likes to always point out, is going for points. Pros, man, I'm coming for your life. It's a totally different mindset, totally different sport. I mean, amateur boxing to professional boxing is almost the difference between lacrosse and football. It's not even the same sport. And come Friday, January 29th, UC Johnson's going to see the difference. He's going to feel the difference.
All right, sounds good. You brought up, we've got also on the show Brian Hit Game Goldsby, who's going to be fighting Lionel Jimenez. How you doing tonight,
Absolutely.
Brian?
What's it no good? How you doing?
All right. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm one of those seasoned veterans. I've been fighting for over a decade. I've done it all: taekwondo, wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. I put it all together with MMA, but I've been boxing since 1999.
Yeah, so what drew you back to boxing?
I've never left. In MMA, I'm predominantly a stand-up guy. I'm more of a knockout artist, so it kind of comes natural. But I'm also an all-Navy wrestler. I wrestle for the Navy, and I'm a pro belt in jiu-jitsu. So I like to put it all together in MMA, but, I'm always been a fan of boxing.
Yeah, so you can kick somebody's ass in multiple ways is what you're telling me.
Yep, make you poison.
Now, you said you're seasoned while you were growing up, but were there any boxers that you kind of looked up to?
Oh, yeah, I looked up to, of course, Mike Tyson, and me, I'm from Georgia, so I always looked up to Holyfield. To be a heavyweight and be that fast and have that type of cardio and work ethic, that's a lot to look up to.
Yeah. You know anything about Lionel Jimenez, the guy you're fighting Friday night?
Yeah, he's a boxing veteran. He's got some moves. I'm not gonna take him lightly, but like I said, I'm gonna fight him like I fight everybody else, like they're the champ, and I'm coming to take their belt.
All right, and Robert, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the card, the other fighters or other fights that are going to be on Friday night?
Absolutely. We have some really big names. As I mentioned earlier, we have Billy Horn, who, if anybody's a MMA fan, this guy, some would even rag on the MMA world because they say Billy should have got a shot at fighting UFC, which, as anybody knows, is like pay-per-view of boxing. That's the correlation to it. It's as high as you can get in the UFC. And Billy's a veteran. Billy's what, what is he, 38? I mean, he's definitely a seasoned vet who's had a ton of fights, and he's exciting. You know, he doesn't mind. He'll fight anybody. He doesn't mind getting in there and throwing hands, throwing knees, throwing elbows with anybody, and he's definitely going to put on a show. Then, as I mentioned earlier, Chris Curtis, fantastic fighter. He actually just got done winning the world title not even a month ago now, a couple of weeks ago, really. And that was in MMA. So now he's trying to come over and switch over. This will be his debut as a professional boxer. But just like Brian Goldsby, this guy, he knocked his man out with a liver shot, standing up in the cage. It wasn't like he submitted him so these are guys who really know how to throw their hands and who, have been around boxing and have been in boxing gyms all their fight careers. So they're more than prepared to stand up and knuckle up, and it's going to be for a good show. Then we have Muhammad Abdullah, and again, another veteran MMA fighter. And as you can probably see the trend here, I think what we've done with Dr. Parag Patel at AABA Boxing, it's something beautiful because we're transitioning not only boxing. I mean, everyone follows boxing. If you're a boxing fan, you watch the big boxing fights. You got the Canelos, the Mayweathers, all those Pacquiao, Broner. You watch all those people. Why? Because you're a boxing fan. Then, if you are an MMA fan, then you watch all the big people, Rich Franklin, George Giselle, all those people. But never really have we had that blend, that marriage, that bridge over to where the MMA people come to see a boxing event or the boxing people come to see an MMA event. And with Absolute Action events, we're doing everything from boxing to MMA. And it's beautiful now because now we're taking this, it's a boxing show. There's no MMA involved, but yet now we've blended into where now the fanfare now switches over because it's not just boxers fighting boxers. It's now MMA people who are now seasoned vets in MMA, used to throwing their hands with the best of them, who are now switching over to making their debut in boxing or to continue their boxing careers. We have people like Josh Thorpe, on the card. This would have been his fourth bout. And, so, I mean, we have these MMA guys who are definitely no stranger to boxing. So it's going to be fantastic for the fans and for the Tri-State to see, this is not just your ordinary boxing show, and it's going to be very interesting.
Now, you want to explain to people how they can go about getting tickets for the event?
Absolutely. You can go actually directly to me if you would like. You can call my manager at 513-907-6558, or you can call 513-709-4337. Again, those numbers are 513-907-6558 or 513-709-4337. And you can reach any of those numbers. You can get tickets directly. I mean, we've done we like to bless you. We've done such a service that, heck, we'll even drive out to you to sell some tickets. And we've done a great job so far. We have some amazing names who they sell the tickets. They are crowd pleasers. And so you can get it either through any of our fighters. Look them up on Facebook. Look at the Absolute Action Boxing Association page, and you can reach any of the boxers, any Dr. Parag Patel, myself, and we'll be more than glad to be accommodating.
Now, real quick, for anybody that's interested in the MMA also, I know you guys do have a website for the MMA, right?
Absolutely. I mean, really, we do so much through our Facebook pages. Like I said, you can like both of our pages, Absolute MMA Association, which is AAMMA, or you can actually look at our AABA, Absolute Boxing Association, and you can get tickets there. Reach out to, like I said, Dr. Patel, or you can go to myself or any of the other fighters. But then there's also Ticketmaster. That's an easy one for my out-of-town people, coming from Indiana, Kentucky, Cincinnati. I mean, you guys can reach us through that way as well, get tickets from Ticketmaster.
And if you're coming to buy tickets for the event, what time do doors open?
The doors open at 6:30, and the fights will start at 8. We're looking to probably have the main event happen around, I would say, 10:30, 10:45, maybe 11 at the latest.
Okay. Because we don't want to go too late because I got a football practice the next morning. So
Right.
So I'm definitely going to come out, watch the show, and then maybe we can have you guys back on our Prime Boxing show next week, Tuesday or Wednesday night, to actually discuss what happened in the fights and get everybody a rundown. not in the area.
Absolutely. I never mind bragging on Brian Goldsby and how he's about to win his world title come Friday. I don't mind doing that. We can definitely come back on and celebrate his victory.
All right. So once again, that's Absolute Action Boxing Association. They have a fight card at BB&T Arena at Northern Kentucky University. Gates open at 6:30. Make sure you check out their Facebook pages and their website. I want to thank Brian Hickgame Goldsby for coming on tonight. Wish him luck in his fight against Lionel Jimenez coming up. And, of course, the main event fighter, lightweight, Robert Boom Boom James. I want to thank him for coming on and wish him luck also. So any final words, guys?
Thanks for the wishes, man, but we're going to do work.
Well, I can definitely tell you, being the main event of this show, guys, we definitely appreciate you, all of our sponsors. We appreciate everybody who's been, showing love and support. Mike, we really do appreciate you having us on. Just know, Tri-State, we are bringing 2 AABA World Championship belts back to the Tri-State. It's definitely
all right. Sounds good. And also, guys, remember you follow the Grueling Truth Facebook page. Our boxing show tomorrow night, we will have International Boxing Hall of Fame Orlando Canizales. He was the bantamweight champion of the world, defended his title 18 times, one of the greatest bantamweights in history. Make sure you check out that show. We will have our normal NFL show with myself and former Pittsburgh Steeler, Jacksonville Jaguar, All-Pro Leon Searcy. Make sure you check that out also. So for Robert Goldsby and Robert Boom Boom James, I'm Mike Goodpastor. You've been listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.
Boxing is back. January 29th at the BB&T Arena on the campus of Northern Kentucky University. Absolute Action Boxing Association brings you Boxing's Best. Come out Friday night, January 29th for a great night of professional boxing. Scheduled to compete, local talent Micah Real Deal Branch, Aaron Hollis, and going for his first professional title, Robert Boom Boom James. Just minutes from downtown Cincinnati. Boxing's Best brought to you by Absolute Action Boxing Association at the BB&T Arena on the campus of Northern Kentucky University. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster, the Walk-Up Box Office, or call 859-442-2652. 859-442-2652. Like, share, and follow us on Facebook at Absolute Action Boxing Association.